part of that complexity squad that made it to the place of London, right? So, and then he's obviously gone off to Valorant for a while, and now he's back here again. So he's doing some great things in his career.
Yeah, he's a cool cat, and I think, you know, like this, especially with the progression of M80, if it can continue and they have a good major run, I think his stock only goes up there. This whole M80 squad just feels like their stock is sort of on the rise right now.
Yeah, true.
Let's see if they can come in and just handle business.
Well, business begins here on Vertigo. M80 on the T side.
It's business time. I got my business socks on.
And well,
business.
We'll find out who the boss is today then, shall we, Jason? CT side start.
There he is.
Joel Berettas on Fruit Cup X. Fruit Cups. And Freshie. And they're going to be dealing with quite a lot of presence coming their way now. As it's a charge up from Lake. He immediately takes Cryptic out of there. And they've got the sight. They've got the bomb plan.
They got the pistol round.
Bomb has been planted.
You're locked out right now, boss. That was a convincing blow to the head.
Only thing weird is 3 players over on Raptors. There's no one to work with Swisher, so okay, he gets the kill, so maybe not such a big deal after all. And there they go, taking over Heaven, and yeah, pistol round done and dusted. Poor Cryptic didn't even know what was coming. Didn't even hear the sound cues. Had no idea the timing of that rush up ramp, and a nice easy pistol for M80.
Yeah, great pistol round. No force buy coming up here for Boss, so it should be a nice 2-0 lead for M80. Then we'll get the buy round for Boss in round 3. But we're going to see that again. This is how Lake gets up into the site, just sort of explodes on it. The only real chance to get back into it was if Swisher went down, which he obviously didn't. Some great work to close out the pistol with everybody staying alive. And there it is. The classic... The classic energy, Jason.
Did a whole Joker thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, he definitely did. He doesn't look jet-lagged at all. Good to see the start here for M80. And
how old is Lake? He's like 17 or 18.
I think he's 19.
19?
Yeah,
when you're 19
might
year
have
old
turned 20.
playing at your first major, I don't think jet lag is a thing.
19,
I think your adrenaline is just cranked up to 11 the whole time.
Yeah, he's definitely full of energy.
Bro, Swish is on a hunt with an AK-47, and that makes me really uncomfortable. Like, not round losing uncomfortable, but AK-47 losing uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's I think a decent weapon to give over to the CT side if he is to go down, but Swisher, he's got to have that confidence. He's not going to give it away. He's just going to be sitting on the catwalk. The MAC-10, though, is going to find the money, and it's a double kill for Lake, eventually overwhelmed by Darty. That's a MAC-10 picked up rather than an AK.
Nice little money being made, though, and all the information on the map. So Rex going to have a kill with the Galil. And yeah, 2-0 for M80.
Slacks. Remember this guy's time in Sprout, and I think he...
Proud to Sprout.
Yeah, he was definitely...
Proud to be Sprout.
He was definitely impressive at times. I just think the problem with Slacks has always been consistency. It's just, you can't, not even just like on a tournament basis, but on a series basis. Like, you can be great on map 1 and then maybe go quiet on map 2. And that was always a problem. But when he was hitting the heights of what he was capable of, I thought he was great on it to watch. Pretty exciting. Had a nice flashy style at times. So I hope that it continues to work out for him and M80 here.
It feels like he's starting to come into his own here in this M80 lineup. Some of the performances we've seen out of him individually, even M80 as a team, obviously, as well. But, you know, him in particular, it feels like he's starting to get really comfortable within this lineup, wielding the AWP. And we already saw NQZ put it to good work on the CT side of Vertigo. We'll have to wait for the second half for Slacks to have that defensive op, but we don't have to wait very long at all for Darty to bring it out on the boss side of things.
Yeah, Slight getting that into his hands. And
get some.
Well, let's see what he's able to find. So Slight looking down short with a sniper. His feet tickled by the flame, so he's not going to stick around and go for that peek a little bit further. So Slight draws back. Darty going for a fight. And he'll drop further back to safety and behind that smoke. Fight down a B. That was really early for Swisher to go.
That's a good test, though, early on. If you have that space over at the B bomb site, see if you can turn that corner. If you get a kill, you're able to bully him a little bit. That B defense might feel nervous moving down into the later stages of the half. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out, obviously, for M80. So over to A ramp we go. All 4 players going to be walking up, and they've got room to work with. A lot of utility being held for Boss, so they're actually in a pretty dang good position, although that's going to go so deep that it won't really have impact.
Lake already in front of it. Darty blinded, dropping into the smoke.
And once you go into the smoke, you give up any effort to actually defend this bomb site. So it's going to have to be a retake. Spam's not going to connect. Could be tough. There's no, there's another smoke on Rec that he can drop down. But Boss is going to have to be very careful about how much they decide to commit on the initial thrust and if they're going to be able to pull back and save weapons if it goes south.
Here they come through the elevator, into the open, and straight into Lake. 20 yards for the AK-47. So a second kill from Lake, drowning them out. Finally taken out by Slights AWP as they move in on a 2v2, but time is the problem. Time is certainly the enemy. They have a smoke to deploy onto it, but they would have to stake it immediately, and they just don't have the time to win the round anymore. So Slight backs away, tries to get that open in the next round. At this point, the AK of Freshie is stuck around too much, so he can't get away with his low HP. He's going to sprint, and he actually does just about get away. So last second bailout from Freshie. They keep the AWP, they keep the AK, and that will end up being a 3-0 lead for M80. At least they kept the AWP. At least they have that to work with in the next.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant. Like, if you go too far in, but this is a really tough retake without a whole lot of flashbangs to give you that first step out, to give you that kind of presence to be able to actually take over the bomb site. So yeah, good on them saving the AWP. That's a 4v5 conversion, though, for M80. And an easy take of that A bomb site as Boss played it very, very passive. Molotov at scaffolding to prevent that AWP peak. We saw Rec go for it in the previous round. Excuse me, Darty go for it in the previous round. Or, sorry, I think it's Slight. I'm just misreading the
yeah,
HUD.
it was Slight. Always has been, always will be.
Always will be. Yeah.
But maybe he'll leave a mark in your memory with a big round here, Jason.
He will now. This feels like a core memory of the matchup. Is that mistake right there?
I tried to save you last round. I really...
Look, brain is still warming up at the moment.
Dude, I do not blame you. It's currently 8:38 a.m. and we've been up for a while. Freshie burning through the flames. He'll step back. MP9 as he gets into the corner, and Fruit Cup's waiting at default spot. Util going over the top, and Fruit Cup's going to swing into the open. Freshie with an MP9, and it's Swisher to go down first. That MP9 is just melted away. Two of the attackers of M80, Swisher and Lake, both gone. Two of the heavier hitters of the squad as well. So let's see what Rec, Slacks, and Sin are able to pull off. This mid-fight feels like it's easily going to be in the hands of Slight, and it certainly will be. So with 35 seconds left, round's done here for M80.
Yeah, you're going to try and save, and you'll make the assumption that the cash for the CT side isn't built up enough for them to be motivated to go for a hunt. So I think you're feeling very comfortable that this AWP in the hands of Slacks is going to make it into the next round. Same with Sin's AK-47, but good job on Boss. That's back-to-back rounds they've been able to handle the contact pressure at the B bomb site, which is a very, very nice thing to neutralize early on in the half and try and dissuade M80 from going back to it.
They haven't been able to break through B yet.
Counter-terrorists win.
Good work from Freshie. Always feels good when you get those close fights to the MP9, even against rifles, even against armored opponents. It's so good when you get close quarters with that rapid fire. Let's see what M80 pieced together with a buy. So Tech 9 for Lake, Tech 9 for Rec. Everybody else, well, there's still a Tech 9 for Swisher too. So 3 Tech 9s, Galil, and an AWP. It's a one-round loss, and it puts M80 in this kind of position. It's still possibly potent.
Remember, they lost everyone in the previous round win.
Yeah.
But this is one of those rounds where every one of the team's like, please, for the love of God, I want Slacks to give us an AWP pick. Give us something.
Yeah, he has to do it. Kind of has to make it sing. And no one peeking him, no one giving him that free chance. So it's not like he's able to get like a clean opener to his ramp and open up with a 5v4. Gonna have to work for it.
But once again, given a lot of space. This was the undoing of Boss a couple rounds ago. Was the freedom for M80 to march up to this point and pull the trigger on the hit. Now you've got Tech 9s closing the gap very, very fast, but nade out. None of them can respond, and Darty's got him locked in with no chance to plant. Nice double kill.
Oh, Lake slips in the backside. There's the kill from Slacks. Lake just gets a little bit confused, but Slacks still fragging, and M80, they're still in this round. Fruit Cup doing what he can, but he can't stop Rec, and it's suddenly just Slight with the sniper left. AWP versus 2, and he's got a little bit of time because that bomb has not been planted yet. He'll reposition. He'll get out of dodge. And he's waiting for an aggressive peek from any of these M80 players, but they really should not give him an opportunity to separate this into 1v1. So they smoke out. There's AWP. It has to go through. Has to take a risk. Slight going through it. Rek has eyes on it. And that's a massive turnaround from M80. And you talked about wanting Slacks to step up with a sniper. He gets a double, but it's Rek's 3K that closes.
It's got to be so frustrating for Boss, like to have Darty hold on to the bomb site and get that double kill, delay the plant. Everything felt like it was in your control, and just to have it collapse in that kind of a fashion. Again, I'll just repeat it. Like this is, I think, this is something we'll see happen frequently if Boss continue to play this very, very passive setup where there's no harassment to M80's progression up the ramp. There's no harassment as they're setting up to throw the utility in the smokes.
Yeah, that was 3 Tech-9s, a Galil and an AWP, and they managed to pull the round off. Some really good shots. You got to see it in the replay that of what Slacks was capable of getting done with the quick double kill. Couple shots whizzing past him through the edge of that smoke. They'll blow it open. No one revealed on the other side.
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed. Is that what we call a
I guess I'm all thumbs today.
Yeah. That is not a good smoke. That's... Well... At least you've got a couple more. You know, actually 3 more. 3 more smokes.
3 more chances.
Yeah. Someone's got to get it eventually.
That's a nice looking knife.
It is. Very M80 themed, isn't it? Very green.
Yeah.
Good fashion. Lake's turn. And he goes up towards the ramp. CT smoke deployed at short. And Lake is just going to keep walking, taking as much space as he can. Oh, a lot of missed nades at the moment.
Well, it is the Americas RMR. It's to be expected.
It is true. You can say that, Jason.
I can't say that.
As
I'm
an
allowed.
American.
What do I have the America's utility card that I get to play?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I can't say it. I'm not part of that culture, Jason.
Yeah, that's fair. Lake, here we go, baby. Ooh, nice off angle around the edge of the smoke. Slacks is up next, but it's all coming up Boss for the moment. A little bit of a dink, and Slight's gonna reposition.
Oh, no. Timing. Oh, God. He actually somehow stayed alive. Slacks just blasted him through the steel beam. And there's not enough damage to bring him down. Cryptic diving in. Last second denial of that bomb plant. And somehow, some way, Boss make it happen. That round was chaotic.
They did get a little weird.
What do you think of that round, Jason?
I
On a rating out of 10, would you give it a 4?
I give it an call.
An call? Nothing.
Call out of 10.
That bad. Nothing is that bad. It was almost a year ago we were sitting in this very room,
I don't want
to
think about it.
Casting Amcal versus Nip. It's the beginning of the trauma, really.
We still haven't got the conclusion to the trilogy.
True.
We're waiting for that third match.
It's a return of the king. Amcal NIP. That's what we're waiting for.
That will be brought to you by Harry and Hugo whenever it's happened. Contractually obliged.
Yeah, Harry requested it, actually, specifically.
We opened the series. Connor and Launders built on the series.
Harry, Hugo.
They're going to have to close it out.
They're built for the finale. Lake with the Galil. That's all he's got here. But, you know, I have a feeling that Lake's going to give us something special here. Based on nothing but pure belief. Smoke's ready to go into the site. Slight is holding back passive. They know they're up against possible weak buyers. They don't want to allow themselves to be overwhelmed by Tech-9s. Slight just waiting. No one committed to his crosshair just yet as we go under 1 minute on this clock. Here's the fight. It's short. Darty really would have liked more than one. Slight will chime in. Edge of the wall. Goes up for the peak at Catwalk. Ooh. It eventually lands his shot and the rest of his teammates come in on the cleanup. So 3 kills for M80, but no bomb plant. That means their money is pushed into a full eco territory.
Yeah, not a happy place to be. M80's cooled off. Or Boss is starting to heat up into it. His A bomb site is being defended a lot better. Slight's AWP is getting some good impact in there. And Boss is creeping back into this game. They've cut the lead to 1, and as you mentioned, only Glocks for the M80 side of things.
We did see a Glock round win earlier today, Jason.
We did see a full Glock round win. Oh, I hope he misses it. That'd be so funny. Not for him, but for the rest of
All right.
us. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Yes! Yes! Oh, I love it. Oh, it's made me so happy.
And they run boost. Well, FURIA Cup, that's beautiful. Nice little cleanup.
Oh, it's exactly what I needed.
So much build-up.
It's exactly what I needed. He was even like working up the courage. He was like,
I got this. No, you don't.
Building up the momentum.
You got this. To be fair, run boosts, they can be a tricky thing to pull off. But you really should pull them off.
It can be, yeah. I generally, as a general rule of thumb, when I play Counter-Strike, I refuse all run boosts. I just say no. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, Swisher at least had the courage to try.
I don't want to be the bottom or the top in that situation. I want nothing to do with it.
Well, Swisher started on top, finished on bottom.
Yeah, he really did. As reality comes at you fast. 4-4 as this tactical pause comes to a close for M80. AK-47's back out in the field.
Feels nice to see them have full AKs. I mean, we've just seen them. How many rounds has it been where M80 just have to play with Tech 9s, you know? So I'd love to see them sort of stabilize the economy here. It does still feel like they are playing better, but...
This could get really interesting when you consider... Remember, M80 early on in like the first 2 gun rounds tried to kind of contact bully the B bomb site. It was shut down both times. First, it was just Swisher on his own. Next, they brought 2 or 3 players. All their success has been at the A bomb site, but if Boss start continually defending this with success, then the map starts becoming an issue where they feel like they don't have anywhere to go. So showing a little fake, that presence towards A ramp they've had consistently, and trying to hit middle, but it ain't working. Rek has stepped up. Molotov gonna delay a rotation. They've got a 2-on-3 post plant. And plenty of smokes to make this a little awkward for Boss.
Yeah, Boss, although they still have a lot of utility to get back in on this retake, and they're just going to go. They're going to go forward. Light getting up towards the generator. He needs to be a nuisance. He needs to unravel at least one, but he gets cleared out. But all falls to Rek, and he just can't stop Cryptic.
I don't think they realized how much of a gap was in that smoke, because, like, I don't think they realized that Boss had the opportunity to completely disrespect that piece of utility, and they did. Fair play to him. He could have driven a semi-truck through that gap, and Boss just has an easy retake.
Yeah, it looked like Lake was maybe thinking his teammate had his left side covered because he was fully committed to watching the right side of that Jenny, but there was no peek from Quad.
I think he was turned from a flashbang at the time.
Yeah, so Lake just goes down. The money is again in a weird spot. They don't have enough for a full buy here.
Okay. Yeah, just Tech 9s in utility, so dropping down to a little half buy, but this has been quite a dry spell for M80.
Yeah, it's not been pretty. Great stuff from Boss. So Flash going over the side. Swisher, oh, it's a great flash too. Look at that. Didn't capitalize on the chance though. FURIA Cup gets back into position. Better flash being thrown in by them, and FURIA Cup with another 3K.
Yeah, this is becoming a real problem now that there's really, I don't want to say no concern about the B bomb site from Boss, but they're handling everything that's being thrown at them on this side of the map.
Do you reckon FURIA Cup just took the randomly suggested username
and then just added an X to it?
Just like,
maybe.
You need to make an account. Here are some names we suggest. FURIA Cup X. Yep, that one will do.
Yeah.
Let me run with that one.
Username FURIA Cup is unavailable. We suggest FURIA Cup X. Great.
Well, now he's stuck with it. This round is not going to happen for M80, so 6-4.
Cryptic could be in some trouble, though. Plenty of a chance to react. Yeah. Sees a little bit of shoulder before the peak comes in. It's now a 2-round lead.
Right, this is going to be the best buy for M80 in some time, right? You're finally getting the AWP out in Slax's hands if he wants it. Doesn't have to necessarily buy it, but at least he has the option. And he's going to have an AK instead. 5
rounds in a row for Boss. 6 of the last 7 in their favor.
Yes.
Quite a reversal.
And if you think about it, one of those rounds, the most recent round win for M80 was off the back of Tech 9s, right? Like a 3 Tech 9s, 1 AK, 1 Leo, 1 AWP. So, yeah, it hasn't been a great T side from M80 whatsoever. So, Boss feeling pretty good.
They've also adapted this defense at the A-bomb site. You can see them being a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive in terms of holding on to the ramp. They're more willing to take those fights on ramp. I think they realize, thankfully, pretty quickly that they were getting abused because they were allowing and giving up free space to M80, and now that it's no longer happening, this T side is just getting so much more difficult.
Dude, Fruit Cup is just messing them up. Like, he's just destroying them every time they try and come B.
It makes me super happy. When we were at Pro League, we did like a segment about like make your NA like dream team if you can't take anyone from Liquid, if you can't take anyone from Complexity, you can't take anyone from M80, and it was actually kind of a hard exercise because there's not a whole lot of information to go off of, but Steel was kind of leading this and mentioned specifically Fruit Cup being a player to watch in NA, and in NA that's got some game. And remember how we kind of opened this match for a team like Boss and the pedigree that M80's had, or the resume they've started to build. Boss doesn't have that. So this whole thing, again, the opportunity to show that you've got some game as an individual and as a team, and Boss is doing exactly that right now. Gotta give him credit for it.
And I think we've seen M80 really try and force the issue through B. They tested it almost like the first gun round when Swisher just pushed up over the stairs, and they've never broken through. They've never got past Fruit Cup. There's Coach Warden standing behind them, Jason.
I was going to bring him up. Warden, a.k.a. Wardino, a.k.a. the Dean, a North American Counter-Strike legend, one of the founding members of the Complexity organization back in 2004. Won a couple of big tournaments for the NA region back then in CS 1.6, notably International ESWC, which is one of our majors at the time, I would say.
The Esports World Cup, you would call that.
He's got some game. I've played him. I've been on a team with him. Good dude.
Yeah, and he's still around, still coaching,
still kicking.
That's cool to see. Good for him, man. Longevity. And 7-4 scoreline for Boss as they head into the last round of this first half. Look to try and exit with an 8-4 scoreline on the CT side. And given how much momentum's on their side, how much control they've had over the game, it does feel like that is the most likely outcome here, especially with this boost.
Oh yeah, they're not even thinking about it. They're not even considering the possibility. And that has been their undoing.
It's a double kill. Fantastic work. No possibility of trading that out. And now just 3 kills to get, and Boss have an 8-4 scoreline. Darty waiting it short. It's been good for 1 here most of the time. Sometimes even more. He's got Freshie alongside of him. They're completely ready for this A finish. They know this is the only option that M80 have left. Cryptic with his 3rd kill of the round. Finally dealt with by Slacks. But his damage is already felt. His impact already left on the server. And this 8-4 scoreline is being teed right up. Bomb plant denied. Not allowed to happen. And Slacks is taken out by Darty, who closes with a double. 8-4. What a convincing close to the half here from Boss.
Yeah, a 7-round streak to close it out. Oh my lord.
Dude, if you look as well, most of it on elimination, they lost 1 player in the last 2 out of the last 3 rounds, right? That's crazy. You know, this is fantastic work from Boss. Dominant stuff.
It appears the foot has a different shoe on it right now. Really, really good job from Boss. I think a lot of it, the adaptation of being a little bit more dynamic at A-Ramp was massive for them.
Yeah.
That combined with the fact that the B bomb site was on complete lockdown throughout the half, just spelled disaster.
I mean, you can tell who was trying to make some of the plays towards B because he's 3-10. Swisher, you know, he just had a rough time dealing with Fruit Cup. There's Warden giving out speeches. Look at that.
Look at the Dean.
Look at him.
That man invented the Wardino 4-1.
Not even sure what you're talking about.
Revolutionary. Now it's the tactic of sending like 4 people on like kind of like a suicide mission to like the A bomb site, and the 1 guy holds the bomb on the B bomb site side of the map.
The 4-1.
Just sneaks it in. The Wardino 4-1.
You know, Trace brought that up recently in a matchmaking game, and it did work.
I know it did. I told him it wasn't going to work.
That hasn't worked in years.
I was like, Warden brought that into the game in like 2007. That no one can make that
when
work.
I watched him make that leap to the bomb plant, I was rooting for him.
I was so sad. 4-round lead for Boss. Pistol round. M80 switching over to the CT side. Let's see what they've got in store. Dooley's jumping up over the boards at the B bomb site as Lake peers down. Scaffolding. Seeing nothing for the moment.
Oh,
not that bad. It was a P250 through the scaffolding.
It felt more.
It did. It had a little
brutal,
power
didn't
to it. Yeah. If that yellow tarp wasn't there, he'd be dead.
Yeah. Yellow tarps known to stop bullets.
Notoriously slow down bullets.
What a deadly 0-1 bracket it would be if M80 go down there as well.
I know. M80, Furia, Liquid.
Can we just hit restart on the
You're
Americas RMR?
You're one of the other teams, and you're like, come on, guys. Like, what is this?
How have you done this? Slow pistol here. Trepidatious. Sin peeking. This could be Darty losing a little bit of health. But finally, the sign to go. And here they come, charging through short. An absolute stream of M80 players. And the dam is boss. It is Swisher left, 1v4. Not happening. 9-4 scoreline.
Alrighty then. That was a pretty big stack for M80 to make that play happen, and it is ineffective to say the least.
What's he got? Nothing. Yeah, just lead to the head.
They're shooting hard right now.
They are looking real sharp.
Like, whoever gave a speech like 5 rounds into this game, he deserves a nice steak dinner tonight. Because he's got them on the right track. He got the boys hyped up. It might have been Warden.
It was a timeout, right? So
yeah,
maybe it was.
You ain't wrong on that. I'll hit him up after this. I'll get the information.
Wardinho.
I'll be able to relay it tomorrow. So
yes.
You'll have to wait.
There will be a delay. Unless you want to, good teamwork, we could pass that information on to Harry.
Sure.
As
yeah. Moses really wanted me to mention this about the game that occurred 3 hours ago.
One team, one dream.
If you happen to be tuning in, this is going to be valuable. If not, just chill.
It was, in fact, Warden who made that speech 5 rounds into the game. Slight. Good kill on the Mac 10. Good trade, though, from Slacks and Lake. Couple of back and forth moments here, but right now it is a 2v2 thanks to that kill from Cryptic. And, okay, finally they spot out Lake. He was trying to be a little sneaky about that and hide out, but I'm going to give him a chance.
Yeah, this is a very winnable 1v2 for Swisher. Look at the HP.
And he knows. He switched to the sidearm.
A hard thing at this point is you're going to be operating for the next minute and 15 seconds with no information. If you're boss, you're not throwing any utility. You're not running anywhere. And Swisher at some point has to make a decision. He's pretty
committed.
He's pretty committed and parked. But, I mean, yeah, he's got to start moving because this is why boss is just saying pause because they want to give enough time to where the internal clock of Swisher is like, all right, mid could be a problem. B bomb site could be a problem. They could probably be walking up the stairs right now. So you're forcing Swisher to make an uninformed guess, which I imagine is what all guesses are. To a degree. Nailed it.
Yep. To a degree. Varying degrees, usually. 25 seconds, and here comes Boss, finally making their move. And they've got exactly the result they wanted, which is forcing Swisher to sit on the fence. So he's in mid. He doesn't really know where to commit. But eventually we'll realize it is, in fact, the A-bomb site, and he'll go back over there. Now, it does become a little bit more difficult now for Swisher, but that grenade, unfortunately, not going to be too effective. Which it really could have been if placed towards the sandbags, but he has no kit.
It's all you've got.
No kit, and he can't find the bomb. Now he taps
just stick it.
But he didn't stick it. And now they know.
Yeah, now he's been brought down to 17 HP.
Oh my god! He got away with it still. As they were both standing in the open, but Cryptic makes sure that he gets a 3K in this round, and double figures for Boss. Money still not good enough for a buy for M80.
Yeah, this is a nightmare situation. I don't really know what you do. I mean, you have to save. You could maybe get some P250s.
I feel like they haven't managed the money very well throughout this game. Like, how many buy rounds have they had?
No, but that kind of extends into the conversation about like pressure, right? Is like you've come into this and you feel and you know that you're the favorites, heavy favorites in this matchup. And then you get punched in the face, and that's when you start to kind of lose some of that focus and discipline, and your brain is, instead of thinking about what needs to be done to like reverse the fortunes and win the map, you're like, how are we, like what's happening? Like how is this occurring? And maybe a little bit of panic setting in for M80.
Oh yeah, Freshie, that's what we like. 3K, make it 4, that is something beautiful from Freshie. That flurry of kills, sure, against pistols, but mechanically, very, very nice to watch. Alright, Slacks has got the AWP out CT side now. That's where he can make a bigger difference than before. But, a huge problem to deal with here for M80. A very long, winding road to come back down.
10 rounds in a row. 11 of the last 12 rounds. It's mental to think about.
Yeah.
Boss is showing something cool here against M80 in this best of one. And again, with all those upsets, it's like the perfect route for like just some weird Cinderella run to just come out of nothing.
I don't think anybody, maybe not anyone, but I do think Boss were maybe one of the least likely teams to be at the tip of your tongue when you think about upsets today. So really cool stuff in this fashion, like dominating M80. So really nice to see that. Darty, the Molotov, close out the close corner. Here comes Slacks for a peek, and it is Cryptic down off the bottom of the ramp. So as soon as the AWP comes back out here for M80, Slacks able to find some impact with it.
I mean, it feels like at the moment, if anyone on M80 is going to be able to turn the fortune, this AWP, it can be a huge, huge piece of dictating how this map plays out. Very cautious, passive opening from Boss of just staying at the base of the ramp. One player goes down and M80 can back off, play it a little bit more conservative with the man advantage. And still no move made from Boss. No pressure being applied anywhere on the map. It's just silence. Until now.
Darty taken out by Sin. Swisher able to follow up, and this is much better for M80. They're going to finally end the drought. Bomb plant denied, so not even that is allowed here for Boss. So 12 rounds not found in this moment, and not even a single kill.
That's the other rough part is, yeah, no economic damage done. AK-47s picked up and salvaged for the CT side. That's a very nice find for M80. That's the exact round they needed if they're going to rebound in this game and bring it back.
Well, Boss get a really good buy in the follow-up regardless, so AWP comes out for Slight, but yeah, it does feel like there's a way back into the game still for M80, and it's certainly going to be off the back of Slacks. You know, if he can continue to find openers that cleanly, it could be very exciting for M80. Let's see where he's at now. He's going for the same peak. This time they molly him away. So he can't stick around, he can't go for that peak. 1-for-1 fight going down at B. It's going to be Fruit Cup, who did so much great work against Swisher on the CT side. Again, finding Swisher this time in the roles reversed. Oh yeah, that's smooth.
There it is again. Nice shot from Slacks, good flashbang just to make it an uncomfortable fight.
Fresh and Cryptic making their way through the top of the B smoke. Rek is going to wait at the back of Quad. It's going to be Cryptic coming out on top of that fight versus Blake, but Rek, oh, he's still here, and he is not being tracked. Finally, Freshy getting rid of it, but he's getting pushed. He's getting pushed real fast by Sin. And eventually, Freshy is top of leaving it all on Darty. He's going to plant or tap, just trying to fake it out and pull a player into the open. He has no idea where that second player is. He knows there's one behind the generators, but he doesn't know where the second player is. And with these smokes, he's a little nervous about it.
I was going to say he's very paranoid.
Yeah.
All right.
30 seconds to take a pause, but it does feel like they're just going to wait.
Yeah, but I mean, this is kind of like this situation of this pause and wait for Darty is like this is never gonna work. No. You're hoping for the mistake, and I mean maybe he's thinking again like just similar to the other clutches. If I just sit here for 20 seconds, I'll think maybe I went to the A bomb site. Then maybe you get a push for information. But M80, yeah, staying very disciplined, and Darty's just gonna have to force the plant.
They could just push the plant now too because they know he can't get away, and so Slacks is just gonna pin him down on default, take him out with AWP, and that'll be another round for M80. So the AWP once again, a multi-kill for Slacks. The only kill that had any sort of significant impact from Boss was the first opening from Fruit Cup, which is traded immediately. And that's the money drained now for Boss.
Yeah, you have a couple of rich players who can drop some pistols over to teammates, and I think after this round, when the next gun round is about to come in, I think we'll see another timeout out of the Boss camp. I think that's when Warren's going to want to get some input. Talk adaptations. It seems like a very similar opening on this T side philosophically as to what they had on the CT side, where it is a pretty passive opening. They're not really challenging for a whole lot of space. Oh, I take that back. She's challenging.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good opener with the Tech 9, but haven't been able to capitalize off the chaos.
The good Molotov onto the stairs as well, so that the split could never actually come to fruition. Wasn't able to work Fruit Cup into that. I was working on it. Just
nothing there really, is there?
Not anything subtle.
Unless you have food-related commentary up your sleeve, Jason.
No.
You got any of that?
I wouldn't take that away from the other commentators. The food stuff.
Yeah. Fruit-related commentary, that's something. Maybe the next level. Fruit Cup, he climbs up on top of the ledge, and Swisher walking his way down the catwalk. Oh my god, how is he? Oh no. I don't think Swisher can kill Fruit Cup.
It gave him the old like moonwalk. He just couldn't land the shot, didn't know where he was sliding to next. Good nade. Good nade, touchdown. Molotov to follow up, so all they really have is this M4 and Cryptic, but he doesn't have a whole lot of health. Good dink on the Lake to make it nervous, but again, no HP on the rifle. You'd love to have that in the hands of the high HP player, but take it down. Blinded, and a 7th round for M80. They're starting to build that momentum back up, starting to get back to being M80 in this match.
All it took was a full buy. Literally, as soon as they got a full buy with an AWP, it all went upwards.
Slax's op has gotten them started, and now you know, everyone, if the other guys can start picking things up. Rex starting to have a good game, good double kill from him, 15 kills. Just 4 rounds separating him at this point.
When do the nerves kind of start kicking in for Boss, where you realize we were so far up in an opening game in an RMR, like we were just about to beat M80, and now you watch that lead just fall away.
Yeah, that's the inexperience, and that's where you'd hope Warden, with all the experience that he's got of over, you know, 20 years competing as a professional in a capacity as a player, as a coach. That's what his experience is here for, is to calm them down in these situations. I'll be honest, I would imagine there was a certain level of nerves that kicked up to a different gear as soon as they got to being up like 11-4. They look at it and you're like, oh. Like,
we're actually doing this.
Yeah, we're doing it.
And now you're possibly not doing it. Looks like a tech issue. They've been relatively fast so far, the tech issues. So hopefully
they have been good.
Yeah, hopefully we can get that one underway as well. Well, I guess this is a great time to let you guys know this isn't the only game going on right now. We've got plenty of Counter-Strike. No, Jason, we have.
What other game is going on, Dink?
The other game going on is Nouns versus Red Canids.
Ooh.
And that is a matchup that features the players of Cold Sarah, Henny, over on the Red Canids. And over on Nouns, you got the likes of Martinez, Huaso Peak, and Buddha. So, you know, players we're all familiar with.
Yeah, we've heard those names before a couple times.
Yeah.
Cold Zera, former best player in the world, back-to-back, 2016, 2017.
Yeah, still going at it. So, currently a lead for Nouns in that game. So you guys can go watch that on Dust 2, that coverage with Jackie and Vince. Have to say, I have seen Vince's shirt today, looking very stylish. I don't know if you've seen it, but you should give him a compliment.
You know, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I have no recollection of what it is.
Yeah,
it's not something I stored in my short-term memory.
Yeah, well, I certainly did. So I thought it looked great. So shout out Vince.
She's going to be happy to hear that when he walks back.
Hey, Vince! He's in the room next to it. Vince, your shirt looks great. Yeah. AWP out for a Slack still, so he's going to be looking in the mid-fight for his kill on Fruit Cup. Still can't believe I'm casting a player called Fruit Cup. But let's see how it goes. Slacks is ready to go, and nearly had a chance for collateral. That M4 really should have got the kill on Fruit Cup, but he's sharp with it. That headshot coming in, and Slacks is going to take a few steps back to safety. Darty is already pushed up in towards Elevator. He ends up getting taken out by Lake in the end, but a 3v3, a chaotic beginning to this round.
Yeah, not a bad fight to take, though, when all that chaos is going down in the middle. He's trying to take advantage of maybe a Lake who's taken his attention off of it, but it didn't work. The ill-advised push in the 3v3 gives a man advantage over to Boss.
$12 rounds, if they can close this.
And they have to be thinking at this point, considering this little mini run that M80 has started on this comeback of 3 rounds in a row, this is one of those rounds when you get this advantage with a minute left on the clock, you have to win it. If you're an underdog and you've put yourself in this situation at this point, you have got to win this advantaged round.
Well, Lake knows they're coming his way, and it's low HP player in front of him, but he gets cleared out by Cryptic. So Lake goes down, and it's all on Slacks. The only player that can make a difference now for M80 in this round, he's staying committed. He is staying committed to the fight, and he misses a shot. Oh, he really needed that one. And he goes into the open. Fruit Cup lands another headshot. A double for Fruit Cup as he looks down the rest of his squad. His boss now 12-7, about to pull off a brilliant upset versus M80.
Well done from Fruit Cup to not be afraid to take that space up the stairs, and an even better job from his teammates for baiting the hell out of him and finding that peek over towards white boxes. That's perfect spacing where you want the low HP player to either draw someone out in the open or let you know where the defenders are as you come in afterwards. Executed perfectly in the 3-on-2.
Oh no! Why have you done that?
Oh.
At least they're laughing about it, but probably shouldn't laugh about it at this point. But
I mean, shout out to Slacks for laughing about it, because
I would have slapped him in the face.
Yeah, you could very easily freak out at 7-12 and. Ugh.
Well, let's see if that's it. Sin about to get mollied out of the sandbags. Because of the smoke, Darty couldn't actually punish his fallback. Freshy's got space in mid, but how long can he hold this for? Oh my god, Rek just gets destroyed. Oh god, Swisher alone in an island, nothing to play with. Freshy with the second shot, and that might just be it. 3 players left for M80. They will attempt to get back into this, but look at Darty on the lure. Closes it with the 3K, 13-7 win. What a performance coming in from the side of Boss. Another upset today here at the Americas RMR. This time, it's M80 going down 0-1.
Yeah, that's unreal. Oh, yeah, look how happy they are. It's not done yet. That's a nice 1-0 start in the system. You got a couple more wins you got to find, but beautiful.